if they're focused on something, they're not seeing something else. And the more chaos and the more upheaval that you can get people to focus on, the less they will lift their heads up and look in the direction of Silicon Valley. And what's going on there in terms of data accumulation on behalf of the Pentagon and the intelligence network, in terms of censorship. The global censorship of information now is massively focused on Silicon Valley. And you got the connect the human mind to AI agenda coming out of Silicon Valley. So there's a big question here: who controls Silicon Valley? I absolutely say that it is the Pentagon through organizations like DARPA, the technological development arm, and it's the NSA, CIA network that is actually driving Silicon Valley. Now, while that agenda, the agenda to actually replace the human mind and human consciousness with artificial intelligence, the ultimate fascistic takeover, while that's going on day after day after day, of course, there's all these diversions that we've been talking about that are diverting people's attention away from that. And that's all part of this as well, getting people to look one way where the real core of this human takeover, artificial intelligence and its development and connection to the human mind, is going on day after day, hour after hour after hour. And it's very important that while we look at things like the topics we've been talking about, we don't so focus our attention that we lose peripheral vision, because it's in the peripheral vision where all the dots connect. And while these things need addressing and they're important, we should also look at what that focus is diverting people from. I mean, you know, you mentioned Tommy Robinson, for instance, and the people around him. I mean, you know, they're focused on one thing, and you know that's their choice. But I don't hear them talking about connecting the human mind to AI in Silicon Valley, which is the real takeover that's unfolding before our eyes through people. Yes, exactly. What does no one talk about? What are you not allowed to talk about without facing abuse? Answer those two questions and you see what the real agenda is. There's two techniques: problem, reaction, solution. Create the problem, get the reaction, do something, then offer the solution to the problem you've created. And alongside that, something I call the totalitarian tiptoe, which is you start at A, you know you're going to Z, but you know that if you go there in too big a leap, then people are going to look up because society is changing so fast and say, what's going on? So you go as in big a leap as you can from A to Z, but not too big that you alert too many people. However, what is happening now, again, not the majority, but in my experience, vastly more than ever before, is this process of problem, reaction, solution is starting to get through to more and more and more people. Again, not the majority. And we're so far along the road of the totalitarian tiptoe that if people just turn and look back and see where we've come and see how the steps that were sold to us in isolation are all connected, then again, people are in larger numbers than ever before are starting to see how this works. I mean, I've been on and continuing to be on an evening speaking tour, which, because it's an evening and not all day like the ones I used to do are, you get a lot more people come who are curious, who are interested, who won't give it a day, but they'll give it 4 hours. And I've seen on this speaking tour this enormous change in the kind of people that are looking at this information, people that would have put their hand out and rejected it by reflex action before. So there are some very, very good things happening. But of course, it's not the majority yet, or even nearly the majority. But you've been on this road a long time, so have I, and it's very encouraging to me today when I see the numbers who are seeing it rather than the numbers that were seeing it when we started out.